the chopper!
The rendezvous is 10 to 12 miles away from here. You think the chopper's gonna wait?
Dylan, we make a stand now, or there will be nobody left to go to the chopper.
What is going on, Guardians? It is Chopper here, aka Ragged, and I am here to talk to you guys today about a very curious question. Did Bungie kill Destiny for this? And this obviously being Marathon, because guys, Marathon is out now. We've got data, we've got sales data, we've got player data, and we've got the data Bungie asked us to wait to release. The one until after Cryo came out, we got a chance to play it. And granted, if you guys are looking for a hate video where I'm going to trash all over Marathon, and I'm just going to try and make you feel better about the fact that they're not making Destiny, you're not going to find your gas can here, guys. But I am going to give you some logs to keep that fire burning a little longer. So, let's get into it. Now, as we all know, Marathon dropped. The game is out. People have been playing it. It had 88,000 players when the game dropped, and it's been doing somewhat well. The reviews are very positive. A lot of people are very happy with the flow of the game. The art style, the gameplay, the gunplay. These are the things that we've expected from Bungie for years. As Destiny players, we know their gunplay is top-notch. We know that the environments are going to be beautiful. We know that it's going to feel good, but how is the game? Well, it's sold. It is definitely not High Card. It is definitely not Concord, and it is definitely not a plethora of the other bombs. But it is also not Helldivers. It is also not Delta Force. It is also not any of the other top extraction shooters out there like Arc Raiders, and it is not putting up the numbers. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you those numbers. I'm going to show you the data, and I'm going to show you how Bungie clearly made a mistake making Marathon instead of pursuing Destiny 3 from a financial standpoint and a player standpoint. So let's get into it. So now, as we look over the numbers, we can see from IGN that things are looking lukewarm right now. Marathon has reportedly sold just 1.2 million so far, with Steam making up 70% of the player base. Now, this is crucial, guys, and I want you to keep that number in your head. 70% of the player base is on PC. That is going to be our model. That is going to be the point that we use to justify data, because we're not going to have access to player time yet from Xbox and PlayStation, but we will have access to Steam. Now, Hunter breaks this one down a little bit easier for us, so let's head on over to Twitter. As you can see, Hunter, next gen player, if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, I highly recommend you do. Incredible info. Steam, 800,000 players. PS, 217. Xbox, 133. Chart's pretty clear cut. 1.2 million copies sold, 55 million in gross revenue against $300 to $400 million. That means they have only made 55 million and they have not made a drop of profit. Their average DAU is 380K, and the chart here, guys, it is pretty clear cut on what the numbers look like. Once again, as we can see, the vast majority of our market share is on PC. So this is where we're going to get our data from, and our model is going to be based off of. Now, the second model I want to introduce to you is Destiny and the Destiny numbers. So if we go over and we look at Destiny on SteamDB, this is the lifetime of Destiny here. As we can see, we currently sit at a very dim 5,237 players online at 6:45 a.m. with a peak of 9,402 in the last 24 hours. But in the spectrum of the lifetime of Destiny, we can see massive numbers that have hit 316,000, 292,000, 242,000. So these are massive numbers, and this is the model number that I want you guys to take into account, because this is what we're going to be basing Marathon sales numbers are. So let's go take a look at Marathon. This is where it gets a little disappointing, because we are a month into the life of this game. Its overall peak has been 88,000 players, and it's only sitting with 5,000 players more than Destiny currently has. 5,000, a game that's a month old versus a game that's been out for 8 years. This is a problem. But Chopper, what about the other ones? What about the other extraction shooters? If you're going to be measuring it against a game, let's go look at the other ones. True. Here's Arc Raiders. There's currently 65,000 people online. Okay, well, what about Tarkov? Glad you asked. 13,000 people online. And what is the number one extraction shooter? Well, that would be Delta Force, of course, at 92,000 people currently playing the game. So you can see it's not all the extraction shooters are in bed. It's not all the extraction shooter players just aren't online right now. They're just not playing Marathon. Okay, well, what about something that's a little more niche? It's a little different. It's its own vibe. What about Helldivers? 28,000 people are playing right now. And really, to showcase this for you, here's the most played games right now. Your game is brand new and it's number 7 on Steam, where 70% of your market share is. Brand new, and it's right out the gate with a $300 to $400 million price tag, and it's number 7. That's really disheartening. I mean, when you look at these kind of numbers, this is really depressing. And the fact that this is where the resources from Destiny went. A game that pulled in millions of players on the regular. This is where the resources for that game went. This is why we have the portal. This is why we have the current state of the game. This is why Destiny is in the shape it's in now. Because the resources that used to make Destiny, they were pulled off to make a game that sits 7th. A game that sits 7th. That's right. That's where all the resources went. Into a gamble in a game that sits 7th overall in the market share with a $300 million price tag and $40 to buy in. It's not even free to play, kids. This game, they want your money for. Not micros, the game itself. And it's only made 55 million. Now, the thing is, as we look at this, we have a lot of people that are going, well, you know, it's still reviewing well. Yeah, it is reviewing well. It's not Concord. It's not Highguard. But it's not Tarkov. It's not Delta Force. It's not Helldivers. And it's damn sure not Arc Raiders. It is far below the competition for a far high price tag. This is something that's not acceptable. And this is something as a Destiny player that's downright terrifying, because this means that the majority of our resources are going to be kept in this game to keep what little player base they have there, because it is the hardcore elite player base. This is your no-lifers. This is the people that are going to be playing constantly, because Marathon is not a casual game, guys. This is not the kind of game you drop in for a couple hours and go, maybe on some of your smaller maps. But if you want to get in and do the high-end game content, no. So your player base is going to be the elites, the other people that are playing stuff like that. But this is where it gets really terrifying. Bungie's committing to support this game for the long haul. Bungie's very clearly come out and said that this is what they're going to be doing. And they're going to be putting in the time and resources into it for quite some time. So what does that mean for Destiny players? It means a lot of those people, a lot of those resources are going to be in that game, and they're not going to be on Destiny. So if you had any hope of Destiny getting any kind of revival, if you had any hope of Destiny just pulling its head out of its ass and finally making its way back into the light, guys, you need to listen closely, because that dinging noise you're hearing, that's the ICU. That's the life monitor that's barely tracking the life of Destiny right now. And I wish I could give you better news. I wish I could say, yeah, Bungie realized they made a mistake with Marathon and they should have gone into Destiny 3, but yeah, here we are. So, guys, I think the answer is pretty clear cut. Bungie did kill Destiny for this. And as we're seeing, this was a mistake, because this is the numbers that Destiny used to have. This is where they used to sit. 3,786,000. On their peaks, they were pulling in massive amounts of players more than games like Marathon ever will see. At the time that it was doing this, Destiny was one of the top live service games on the planet. But because they've taken their time and their resources and they've just dropped it in a marathon, we get this instead. So 3.7, 194,000. And that number, the really scary number is that number's probably almost exactly the same as what Marathon is across all their platforms right now. They're probably maybe pushing 300,000. So a game that's been out for 8 years, that's burnt its player base into the ground, that only the hardcore and the faithful are still playing, is close to the same player base as your brand new game. Yeah, they screwed up bad. So anyways, guys, there it is. It's Chopper. A like, a sub goes a long way. Give me comments. Let me know if you agree. If you don't, hell, let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know what you're playing, because Crimson Desert is out. A lot of people are playing it. I've gone back into Hogwarts. I wrapped up Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered and got another platinum off that puppy. And I've got to go back and get the complete game, but that's a full playthrough on Ultra Hard, so that'll be a thing unto itself. But, you know, I'm just enjoying a lot of my old backlog. So what are you guys playing right now? Crimson Desert, you actually playing Marathon, you doing Arc Raiders, Helldivers? Let me know in the comments below. But until the next time, guys, wherever you are in time, I hope you're having an awesome time. Until the next time we talk, have a most excellent one. Later.